I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from Do the Wrong Thing, a book series or extra long novel that opens with a woman trying to kill herself. She says, "I don't know why I tried to do this," and by way of explanation, tells her life story. This is still the opening of book 3, the third reading. Book 3's working title is Shiny, Pretty Gothic. I'm definitely interested in hearing title suggestions. Last week in Do the Wrong Thing, book 3, Ava discovered her roommates are nudists and had to go on welfare. Notes, I have not put any chapter breaks in yet. Do you see a place where one should go? Do you have chapter title ideas? Thank you. I could model better than any of the models I've had in art classes. I used to think at Birmingham U and still do. If a model cares, they'd inspire us, I'd thought, and we'll want to touch them with our charcoal, graphite, or whatever, if they care. Modeling for art classes is boring and cold, says Pierre. We're sitting at our dining room table, naked, of course, drinking our morning coffee. But it pays well, I counter. Pierre gets $15 an hour from the small school where he works. Can you get me a job? In the cold classroom, I twist and turn, pushing myself as far as I can go while still remaining standing or posed in whatever position I've chosen. Sweat pours off me in spite of the temperature, and my limbs shake, or when I sit on them, go numb. The art students smile and thank me. Are you a dancer? The teacher asks. She's surprised when I say that I don't dance, not even socially. Buckets of rain, buckets of tears, got all them buckets coming out of my ears, buckets of moonbeams in my hand. I haven't listened to this tape before. It's one of the ones Ron made me. Ron. He keeps calling, but I don't answer, and I don't call him back. Ron is an emotional mess. How can he look to a woman or girl 15 years younger than him for support? Shouldn't it be the other way around? I shouldn't have given him this number. I won't listen to this tape again, not because it's bad. The lyrics are gorgeous, sad, poignant, too gorgeous. I can't get anything done when words command attention like this. I stare at the blocks of wood drying on the newspaper on my heated floor. Silverfish scuttle around. I don't try to kill them, it'd be pointless. There are so many. I pick up a still wet block. 6 4x4s, between 5 and 10 inches long, painted with bright yellow gouache and strung together with twine. I envisioned a glossy, smooth finish, not this powdery matte one that allows the texture of the wood to shine through. It looks like something a 12-year-old would make. My Gertrude Stein books sit on the milk crate beside my bed. I bought a library card from Affinitas University. You can do that, even if you're not a student. If a real student wants a book, though, I've got to return it right away. I've got notebooks and art supplies. I model several times a week, and the government checks arrive monthly. They expect you to cheat, says Pierre. Otherwise, they'd give you enough money to live on. Don't report your income, Beth chimes in. I don't. I find a real job. 2 days a week, I stand in a narrow, crowded East Indian store at the bottom of Sorata on the seedy part of popular Monash Street. You're not bartering, my boss says. I'm supposed to barter with the customers. Okay, I will, I say. I don't. Instead, I fidget in the lonely shop. We only get 1 or 2 customers per hour, if that. And they pick half-heartedly at skirts, blouses, bags, and incense holders, put off, no doubt, by the high prices. I find another job 2 doors down from the East Indian shop, coat check girl / waitress at a blues bar. I wear my psychedelic mini dress and makeup and put my hair up, thinking that this is how a blues bar coat check girl styles herself. I don't realize that I'll be working a punk show. I didn't know Sunstars did punk shows, and I'm only vaguely aware of what punk rock is, to be honest. A guy comes in with a bleached blonde bouffant. Tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a leather jacket. His face is young, earnest, and pink. I'm chatty and enthusiastic, feigning attentiveness. Do you understand? Coat check girls act interested, but you can see that they aren't. I also use intonation and facial, hand, and upper body movements to show that my opinions are silly, and therefore the guy I'm amusing can do whatever he likes with and to me. Coat check girls do not matter. Creepy, actually. This guy is insecure and awkward. My smiles get tighter in his non-responsiveness, and my voice becomes an unnatural, high-pitched character of lightheartedness. Still, he doesn't leave my wicket, and I feel oddly flattered. He wants to be a World Wrestling Federation wrestler. Do you have a ring name? I ask. Billy Rebel. You know the song Rebel Yell? Oh, that's so cool, I squeal, even though it's hackneyed and obvious. Still, I've never met a WWF wrestler before, or even a wannabe. From inside coat check girl, I peer at real name Stuart, a specimen, an insect on a slide. He dresses like Suzelle, Marcella, and some of Beth's and Pierre's other friends, but he doesn't have their confident, fractious personalities. I've just finished school, he says. Oh, wow, what did you study? Oh, no, I mean grade 12. Oh. Billy Rebel / Stuart stays by my wicket while the punks slam into each other in the front room. Before the show, Ajmal, the bar's owner, pushed all the chairs against the walls and removed the tables. It looked like a room ready for a high school dance. All that was missing was balloons and streamers. Maybe that's why Stuart's here. At the end of the night, Billy Rebel / Stuart asks for my phone number. I give it to him, again, feeling oddly flattered. What are you doing here? You should travel. I feel the weight of my sculpture assignment in the plastic bag in my hand. I know she's not referring to my sculpture, not directly anyway. We're outside the art school on the sidewalk. I look at her sky blue dress with the white flute-playing figures prancing around the hem, stretching up to the top of her thighs. Her dyed blonde hair is cropped short and she wears thick, black-framed glasses. She's heavy set, in her mid to late 40s. Her long red nails match her lipstick. She's not telling me I suck. She's telling me that art, or at least this school, suck. I don't like my job. Art will not save you. That's what she's saying. I nod, but walk away angry. How will I pay for this travel? Not everyone is rich like her. Stuart calls. I can't meet you this weekend or the one after, I say. It's true that I have modeling work. Okay, I'll call back in a couple of weeks. There's a crane outside our apartment when I come home from shopping. Upstairs, Pierre tells me the old tenant is taking his piano out through the front windows. Shit, is he taking everything? I think so. Pierre grabs one of the fake bronze bookends that look like ancient Greek gods. Naked, muscular men pushing against walls. We're gonna lose these. Pierre loves these naked man bookends. Put them in the refrigerator, I say. We laugh as Pierre hides the bookends behind lettuce and bread, and we walk to the front of the apartment. Outside, the street is blocked off for the crane that raises its neck to our windows. When the ex-tenant leaves, I don't know why we let him in. Our apartment is empty except for our beds, my teddy bear chair, the dining room table, and the bookends hidden in the refrigerator. I dread Stuart's phone call. I wish I had the courage to screen calls, to ask Beth and Pierre to say, who's calling? How do people do that? It's so obvious that the person is there deciding whether or not they want to talk to the caller. I dread how awkward and stilted our date will be. It doesn't occur to me that I don't have to go out with them, but I can say no. I spend more time with Wally, Beth and Pierre's hairdresser friend, than with anyone else. You don't have to talk with Wally, he does it for you. He and his boyfriend Jean live across the street from us. At Wally's kitchen, me facing the cupboards and the counter, he facing me, black tights, encased legs crossed, and an elbow on the table holding up his cigarette. He goes on and on about his life and who's dating who of the people we know. We drink cup after cup of a particular coffee. There's a flavor to it, stark, not full-bodied. It's made in a small silver pot. We put water in the bottom and the coffee in a metal filter thing above that. The water boils, pushing up through the filter, and the beverage ends up in the top. This is what the coffee maker looks like, image of a little silver coffee maker. Wally's apartment is full of plants, like my mom's house. Well, except for the naked Barbie and Ken dolls fucking in the spider plants, or attempting to. Their stiff asexual bodies pushing up against each other vainly. I wonder why he doesn't use two Kens. I have a distant memory of Jean and Jean's best friend, Mark, standing in Wally's and Jean's living room. Plants all around with wooden armed settee pieces tucked in among them like a tropical Victorian paradise, except for the Barbies. Sheer lace curtains create a skewed patterned square of sunlight on the worn hardwood floor. Jean stands to the left, close to the windows, wearing a tweed jacket with leather elbow patches. He's portly, a little short, but not so short that, as in the case with Wally, it's the first thing you notice. He wears a red wool sweater with a brownish plaid shirt underneath his jacket. He doesn't look gay. That's what surprises me the most. He does not look gay. He looks like a professor. Mark is taller and a few years younger than Jean. He wears a nylon bomber jacket and jeans. Mark is always quiet and always uncomfortable.